You are welcome to Marriage Academy with Jesus. I'll be sharing with you on how to communicate effectively with your partner. How to communicate effectively with your partner. A successful relationship thrives where there is effective communication between partners. There is no marriage that will thrive successfully without effective communication between couples. If as a man, you don't know how to talk, you don't know how to communicate with your wife, you will always have issues in your marriage. If as a woman, you've not understood the act of communication, you will have issues in your marriage. Most of the misunderstandings between couples are as a result of communication. The act of communication matters a lot if any relationship will be successful. If you don't understand the power of communication, I want to let you know that you will definitely have issues with your partner. That's why you see, even in courtship, you see the man, the lady, always having issues because they've not really understood how to communicate. The man is saying something else, the woman is reading something else. And they're not able to understand themselves. And that leads to friction, leads to misunderstanding and conflict. So it's important we understand communication. Very important. Now, what is communication? Communication is the act of conveying meanings from one entity or group to another through the use of mutually understood signs, symbols, or oral means. There are various ways of communication. You can communicate orally, through writings, through pictures, through symbols, through sign. You can even communicate by being silent. So we need to understand all this. In relationship, we usually use all these forms of communication. It's important to know how best to use them so as to foster love and harmony in your relationship. Let me give you an example. If you offend your wife and she approached you expecting you to apologize and you shouted, "Sorry," she may not accept your sorry because of the way you said the sorry. She expects you to say, "My love, please, I'm very sorry. Forgive me for what I've done. I know I am wrong." The man may say, "I have told her sorry and she's still not happy. What does she want from me?" For as long as he does not say the sorry according to the way the wife wants it, she will not be happy, and that may cause friction between him and his partner the more. Now let me give another example. Let's say your husband is a pastor and is a melancholy that is introverted, and after service, while in the car, you decided to correct him about what you noticed when he was preaching. As a wife, you said, "I don't like the way you preached today. You were preaching as if you were sleeping. Can't you be charismatic for once? If not, that you are my husband, I would have gone out when you were preaching. Improve yourself, or else people will leave the church." Do you think the husband will accept the correction? What do you think the husband will do? How we communicate matters a lot. Let's say while you are talking to your wife or your husband and you are shouting on top of your voice, do you think your husband or your wife will feel loved and respected? Let's say you sent a text message to your spouse while in office and you did not even put any salutation. You did not ask how his work is going. The first thing you typed was, "I need money." Do you think your husband will be happy? If your wife asks you for money and the response you give to her is that your mates are working class, "We are taking Jerry," how do you think your wife will feel? Do you think she will feel loved? And do you think she would like to even collect the money from you? Let's say your spouse is talking to you and you kept quiet, no reply. All you're doing is nodding your head and pointing at things. Do you think your spouse will be happy with you? We must understand that how we talk, how we send text message, how we act, our gesticulation and our silence matters a lot. Learn how to communicate so you don't destroy your relationship. While talking, avoid criticism, castigation. Even when you need to make correction, correct in love. Don't be negative in your communication. Avoid talking like a boss to your partner. Nobody likes to be commanded. Always use please. Can you help me to do this? You don't command your spouse. There must be mutual respect for each other at all times. Nobody is superior or inferior to each other. Some men feel they can talk to their wives anyhow because they are men. It is not so. You will destroy your home. Your wife is not your slave. Even slaves deserve respect. Some men feel they can talk to their wives anyhow because they are men. It is not so. You will destroy your home. As a woman or a man, when you feel hurt by your partner, let him know you are hurt. If he or she apologizes or not, please seek and pursue peace in your home. Avoid arguments and quarrels. It can lead to serious conflict. You must learn to be patient, overlook things and solve issues later. Most times, what causes misunderstanding between partners are just small things. What the man or the woman said to each other. It is very important you study your partner's communication language. Take notes of those things you can say that will put him or her off. Know those things that you will do that will make him or her unhappy. There are some women or men who wants to hear their partner say to them, I love you every day. It is wise to always say it because it shows them how much you value them and what they like. You can't say you love your partner and you can't say I love you. How we communicate and when we communicate matters a lot. It is not every time you need to talk. There are times you need to keep quiet till a more convenient moment. There are people that don't know when to talk and how to talk at all, when to communicate, they don't know, thereby leading to misunderstanding and conflict in their relationship. Let me give you an example. Let's say your husband just came from work very tired, and the next thing you will tell him while he's yet at the door, he has not even entered the house, he just drove our son from school. I have told you to pay his school fees, but you will not hear. Anywhere you will find money from, go and get it too. How do you think your husband will react at that moment? Instead of you to welcome him, collect his bag, lead him to the bedroom, give him water to shower, and then you present food to him after eating, and then you can now talk about it. So please, let's learn how to present things, when to present it. Let's say, for example, you notice your spouse is moody and acting unhappy. Do you just come and start saying, I just bought a wristwatch. Do you like my wristwatch? Or instead, my dear, what is the matter with you? Please, did I offend you or did someone offend you in any way? Please talk to me. I want to let you know that it is well. Whatever may be the challenge, the Lord will take it away. Then let the person know God is in control. Encourage the person. If you don't know when to talk and how to talk, you will spoil things in your relationship. It is not every time you correct your spouse. There are good moments to correct. Study your partner's temperament, their likes and dislikes, and know when to communicate or not. Be wise. That's what the Bible says. Get wisdom, get knowledge, get understanding. That's how your home can be built. Now, where do we communicate? When you want to communicate, where? There are principles, there are ethics for communication in the private and in the public. When you are alone with your partner, there are manner and method of communication. And when you are in the public too, you don't correct your partner openly in the public in front of people. Even when it is necessary to correct him or her in the public, you do it in wisdom and respect. You don't disgrace your spouse in the name of correction. They may not take your correction. As a matter of fact, it can become serious issues between you and your spouse. When you are talking in the public, you don't let everybody know the secret of your family. Either in the private or public, you don't shout on your partner. You don't correct or nag at your partner in front of your children. There are things that when you want to discuss between you and your partner, it should be in the secret. Most couple, do you know that one of the best ways to communicate love to your partner is not just to say, I love you, but assist them also in their work, maybe domestic, business, career, academics, whatever they love to do. There are people who are very good at saying good things, I love you, I do this, but the actions contradict what they are saying. Understand that communication is not all about what you say from your mouth. Action also speaks louder than voice. So the power of communication cannot be overemphasized. Work on it. so that your marriage, your relationship will be sweet. Work on it. There are ladies that getting a suitor will be very difficult for them because of the way they communicate. They send wrong messages